Hey everyone, this is Brian Beck. Hey, I wanted to send out a video because this is really critical. I posted a letter last year called Operation September. I want people to understand the gravity of what that phrase means, Operation September. So September is the most important month out of the entire year. Forget spring, it's about the fall and preparation for fall and the preparation for next spring. September is what sets the stage for the following year, and a lot of people get wrapped up, with the end of the season, thinking that it's all over. They've gotten beat up by their water bill, that's for certain. And I want to dispel that myth and let you know that right now is the absolute most important time of the entire year, and you can develop a lot of efficiency and frame next year. If you're not already a biological customer, I'd like to talk to you about it. I have drastically changed my methods of what I was doing, 6-7 years ago. In 2018, we adopted a biological method. Many of you know about this. Many of you are customers. I had to change because I couldn't solve problems, and I had customers who were working really hard to solve problems in their soil and using traditional methods that just really weren't working. In 2017, I found a guy that forever changed how I view lawn maintenance, and he introduced me to the biological concept. Since then, I've probably logged a good 1,500 hours studying on my knees, talking to customers, running soil reports. Really big on those, by the way. Most of the people that call me that want answers to know, hey Brian, what's wrong with my soil? What's wrong with my yard? There's three very important things. There's one, I can drive down the street, tell you what it looks like. That's pretty cake. I've walked on tens of millions of square feet of turf in the past 25 years. I can tell people how they're watering if they have disease. The next level is, penetrating it with a soil probe, moisture meter, poking around. That's a little bit more in depth. The thing that is affecting everyone's yard is microscopic in nature. Recently, we just adopted a new soil test protocol that gives me a lot of biological data and gives me, with the help of the company that we buy our products from, a prescription of what the lawns actually need. One step, we weren't guessing before because we were running soil reports on a lot of people that have adopted that, and thank you if you've done that. But the people that have not done that, a lot of the problems that are affecting your soil are microscopic in nature. I can't see them, you can't see them, and they can only be identified with a soil test. And there are certain things like pH, cation exchange capacity, it's a real fancy term for sand or soil, certain imbalances in the soil that may be in excess or deficient. There's a lot of things that I can't see that are revealed in a soil test. They pay for themselves, they seem a little pricey, but in time, what we're trying to do is to develop efficiency in the soil. The people that were on synthetic fertilizers, destroy carbon out of the soil. Carbon is responsible for holding water in the soil. All right, for every 1% increase in carbon content, you can hold another over 600 gallons of water per 1,000 square feet. That translates into about like 27,000 gallons per acre, which is roughly equivalent to an inch of rain. That can only be done by the biological method. Synthetic fertilizers destroy carbon. The reason why a lot of people have to water so frequently is because they have low carbon, usually in between about 2.5%. We're aiming for 5. I want to get people over 3. When it gets above 3, everything changes. A lot of things behave very differently. The soil starts to work in our favor. If everything is in alignment with hydration, carbon, the nutrition, the thatch levels, the compaction. It's just the synthetic system is a highly dysfunctional system. And if we get away from that and adopt the biological, we have had great success this year. We went to a slightly different protocol with our supercharge, and this has we've done just a handful right now, but the people that we have done this for have radically changed their properties, and some of them were pretty bad, and we've been able to turn those around in short order, and that will translate into efficiency in the soil. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of roadblocks, such as thatch, compaction, the chemical properties of the soil that are costing people a lot of money, typically in water. And if we can reduce some of these costs, let me get out of the way here. If we can reduce some of these costs and make it more efficient, well, it's just cheaper for you. And the efficiency of how things enter the plant and how they enter the grass blade can be evident in how green the grass is with little or no effort. So this year I have accomplished something for my own yard that is almost unheard of. It looks emerald green right now. It's the 14th of August. I have not put any nitrogen on it whatsoever. Many of you have seen my yard with pictures I post all the time. It's not really meant to brag. I really want this for you, but we have to remove those roadblocks out of the soil, and the soil test is the best place to start. Let me address seeding. Right now is the opportune time to seed, and if you're not a biological customer, we can also jumpstart seed with our Super Seed project. And last year about this time, I was able to get germination in 4 or 5 days and have grass where I was mowing in less than 6 weeks. And we can drastically ramp up the amount of time in which the grass can grow using biology. It works. It's not me, it's biology, and it's we've just about perfected that process, but it's even the way we were doing it last year shocked me. And so give us a call about seeding if you need that done. This year it was we had a pretty mild winter, but we had a pretty hot summer, and some people's yards didn't fare so well in the heat. So repair stress, the covered soil testing, I can't stress that enough. Soil testing, one thing that is paramount with soil, I should say, is hydration. And I'm trying to get people out of this notion that you don't have to water during the winter. And January and February are 2 driest months out of the entire year. I created something a few years ago called the Weather Bender. It's not a perfect solution, but it's a step in the right direction of something else I'm dealing with. And what this is, it's a thermostatically controlled heat tape that we put on as we sell it as a kit. And this allows us to extend the watering out without any damage to the system. There's a certain method that you need to water, but it allows the potential of the grass to root at a time when most people are turning off the irrigation system. And if you just water a little bit longer, last year we blew out about 30 systems the first couple weeks of December, and we didn't have any problems. So if you just water a little bit longer, and also you can use this to turn the water on earlier in the season to get a jump start on the lawn and keep it hydrated. That is really critically important. I see a lot of people waste a lot of money playing catch up, and latter part of June, early part of July, still struggling to get the yard going, when it should be green by the first or second week of April. If it's healthy and hydrated with a biological yard, it greens up because the soil is more porous. It'll warm the grass up earlier, and it won't grow very fast, but it'll get really green really quickly, and it's just a sign of health. And that is the sign of a really healthy yard. A biological yard is how green. It will green up earlier, and it'll stay greener longer. It'll use less water, less chemicals. I haven't sprayed for weeds in my yard in almost a year and a half. Now I mow every day with a robotic mower. That's certainly part of it, but I don't have hardly any. I haven't found but maybe 1 or 2 weeds in my yard all year long, and they were small, and I just picked them out. But what I want to do is move towards efficiency, and this is the best way I know how, and it's going to reduce costs, reduce frustration, reduce toxic materials in the lawn, and make things happier, healthier, and greener, and more productive. And that translates into a happier customer and a happier lawn. So get with us if you need any consultation with repair or the seeding or soil test. We don't have to do it. You can do it DIY, but I really critically urge people to test their soil. It'll tell you what you need to know. It's just like having a blood panel when you go to the doctor. There's only so much that you can tell from ear, nose, and throat, heart rate and temperature and all that jazz. If the doctor's doing his job, he's going to run a blood panel on you and tell you whether or not you have X, disease or not, and tell you if you're healthy and where to focus on and where to improve. So that is our approach. I really appreciate everyone's business this year. We're making a lot of progress. I'm doing a lot of discoveries, and things are getting better. They're getting more efficient, and I want things to look as best as they can in year two. So appreciate the business again. Thanks for working with us, and have a great rest of the year. And if you have any questions, you guys, I like talking about this stuff. So give me a call, and I'll answer your questions. If we don't know the answer, we'll find out what the answer is. But have a great rest of the year, and looking forward to continuing to work with you. And you have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much.